I just realized that I put a huge delay on this by not. Alright, there we go. I'm not used to the new YouTube studio here. Um, so we, yeah, there we go. I'm now broadcasting. Holy crap. I can't believe I did that. Oh well, it's live now. Oh man. Yeah, I missed recording about half of the live stream. The new YouTube studio got me this time. All right. Well, um, y'all have missed 15 minutes of me talking to myself here, so with nobody to view it. So let me catch y'all up to where we're at with this board since nobody got to see it. Here are the X27s that the guy was so kind as to install on there. However, when he installed them, he removed just about every solder pad on here. There's at least one missing from every motor except for the tack. And tack and what's that? Shoot, battery, I think. Yeah, that one's battery. So we got two of them that'll work out of the box. They also lifted a solder pad here. So, yeah, wow. Can't believe I just talked to myself for 15 minutes because of this new YouTube studio changing things on us. All right, well, I'll get back to where I was at on here since I didn't go live. Oh wow, YouTube updates got me good. All right, I'll get back to work on this. I was wondering why nobody was responding to anything I said because normally people at least talk a little bit to the live chat, especially when there's a couple of people viewing. I can't believe there were three people in there waiting for the stream to start and it not actually start. Alright, so yeah, just hitting all these common solder points here right now. And when I powered it up to test it, all is what we got was the screen was down, this one was up. Um, this stepper motor went upside down, that one went like 180 degrees from where it should, and a lot of them had no life. So, yeah, let's get to doing this repair. Yeah, I can't even remember all the stuff I was talking about, other than I do remember apologizing about the live stream earlier where I was streaming instead of recording. OBS has the record button right next to the stream button, so there you go, that one's floating around there. Alright. But I showed how it looked in OBS. I'll probably swap over here in just a second and show you that again. Man, I can't believe I didn't actually hit. Yeah, so I'll show you the change that got me to. All right, let me switch over real quick. I'll show you what I did earlier. So earlier when I opened up here, let's switch over here. So earlier I clicked the start stream button instead of the start record button. That's why that other stream started. But let's go back over here. Um, then, oh yeah, let me switch over again. All right. Then there's a new button here. It's start and end stream. I didn't click start stream. You used to just put the broadcast number in and then it would start working, but I hit the wrong button. So yeah, let's come back over here. So we'll get this guy back going. Yeah, I'm showing the right thing on the screen. Yeah, now I'm second guessing everything I do over here. So what'd y'all do today? Y'all having a good day? Let's look over at the chat. Switch screens here. Screens for me, not screens for you. All right, yeah. I hate that. Oh man, that's annoying that I didn't start it right away. Been a lazy day for you? Yeah, Sundays are pretty lazy. I got a e-bike for Christmas. Well, an e-bike kit. So I built an e-bike today. It's really fast. It's a lot of fun. And it's kind of cheap. It's like $400 total to get it going. It's cheaper than buying decent moped. It goes just as fast. I definitely got up to about 25 miles an hour on it earlier, so it goes pretty quick for a bicycle. Alright. God, this person really ate up this board. Shit, I'm gonna need some solder wick over here. They got so much solder on there. Yeah, there we go. There goes solder wick. And it looks like they used the lead-free stuff, which is always fun to work with. If you're just getting out started soldering, buy some leaded solder. I like this Chip Quick solder for when I'm working on chips. It flows nice and easily. I like this Kester solder for doing the lights and stuff, and then just this is probably my favorite Chinese solder here. So it's cheap, it flows nice. It's not full of crap like some of the other cheap Chinese solders. So this is kind of my general purpose one. Anyone do any interesting repairs lately? Yep, and we're missing a solder pad here. Let's grab the razor and go ahead. Yes, I did. I got the oh shoot, I already installed it. I can't show it. That was the video I accidentally started the stream for earlier. It was finishing recording that. Yes, I got the chips from China, and they work. They are legitimate chips, and so I'm able to do that repair without having to salvage a chip off of another working board for it. So I now have a nice collection of dead processors off of these. One of these is a dead Infineon, but there's the two so far I've done of the '07 and ups, and then here's one Infineon one that is off of a bad board. Trying to figure out the 2003 to 2007 boards now. This processor is a little harder to get into. So far, what I figured out about it is that it is in the C166 family, and that the processor is programmed through UART, so it's just kind of like a normal serial connection. Um, but I cannot get it to respond to any commands. Um, so I don't know what I'm doing with it, to be honest. I've never learned or done anything with programming microcontrollers through UART. It's always been JTAG stuff for me, so it's something new to learn, for me to learn at least. Alright, so let's clean up all the flux I got all over the board, because I'm done doing that. Oop, making a mess over here. Yeah, I'll actually probably dump another board here after this stream. So if you stick around and after watching this boring repair of a '03 to '04, yeah, these things are. I do so many of them, I find them boring now, and I don't like recording any more videos on them. Like the only thing I want to record a video on is these processors, but I don't know how to work on them yet, so no progress being made there. It's slow. I've been asking on a bunch of forums and stuff. I've had somebody contact me, and they've been looking at the dumps I've been pulling off of the other boards and kind of reverse engineering them and telling me what's going on in them. But so once we get some actionable data out of it, because all those videos done so far is just kind of figure out where stuff sits on there and all that, which is very useful information for somebody else that's reverse engineering. But I don't have a way of showing his emails right now, so I won't do that on live stream because I don't want to give away his email address because he seems to like his privacy. So I won't be showing that on this stream, but I'll probably show what he's figured out on another video because I like to kind of keep everything open source that I learn here so anyone else can do it. The EEPROM part number. Yes, let me go grab one right now. Let me set down my headphones real quick so I can go grab that. So, I've already tested it. I've installed the first one I did, installed it, tested it, and it worked just fine in the truck. The second one I just did, that just finished, that one is a mail-in, so I can't show the whole thing working in a truck. But I've tested everything works as it should. But yeah, let me get this out because I can't read. I know the EEPROM, but I can't remember it off the top of my head, so let me just read it off of there. Okay. And of course I can't read it. Oh, there we go. Yes, I can. It is a... let me get the flashlight so I can read it better. 95080W. I'll type it out too. That's an 8, correct? Yep. 80. Alright, get that out of the way. Alright, I couldn't remember it off the top of my head. Alright, back to this. Where was I? Oh, yeah. And Happy New Year's to everyone, because this is the first video of the new year for me. So let's go ahead and start putting some. I'm just gonna put some stock bulbs on here. I'm gonna sell this board cheap since I had to run so many jumpers on it. So cheap boards don't get LEDs. You know they cost about the same. Dropping stuff again. Here's the boring part. Trimming wires always makes them take longer to do too. I keep telling myself I'm going to start trimming them as I get them, so that way I don't have to trim them as I do repairs, but I never do sit down and do it. I really should save these. Like, I always save them as I trim them for boards like this while I'm doing them. Use them for the jumper wires when I have to run jumpers. But I'll probably skip doing the speedo on video because that one's going to be a pain, but I'll do everything else. We'll see when I get there. I may feel like doing it. Here's one I've already trimmed. See, that is 8 of them. Cool, I'm done. Alright, let's get them put on there. Remember, the board does not deserve to be comfortable. You just do whatever you need to do to be comfortable. When I do the recordings, I try not to shift around the board so much, just because it kind of looks funky on camera, but when I actually do repairs myself, I do move them around a lot. Steady hands. So do any of y'all have a e-bike? Nice. Yeah, I like the idea of putting the. Sorry, I was reading y'all's replies. That's why I stopped. Yeah, I like the idea of putting the power supply and all in it, so that way it's taking up less room on your bench. Um, I am not long for Georgia. I will eventually be moving from here. So my plan when I move is to sell this workbench and build a better workbench. This one's way too small. I didn't build it with the intention of doing this electronics repair on it. So, see, I shouldn't have trimmed all of them. Now I've ended up with one that's, I'm gonna have to trim another one for there. But then I build a bigger workbench when I move back home to Florida. Yeah, my time in the Air Force is coming up to an end, so I will be moving back home to Florida. And it's a good time for my time in the Air Force to be coming to an end because World War III is about to pop off, and you know what? I don't care to be in Iran. Here we go. So I don't know if y'all can see that on camera, but we're missing the solder pad there, so that's why I just soldered it to that extra little pad there, and now just connecting it to power. I think this is one that I'm going to have to run a jumper on the other side to make the other bulb work too. Let's go ahead and check that now before I trim it. I'm pretty sure it's underneath there. So let's go ahead and check these real quick. Nope, I don't have to run another jumper, so we're good to go. I thought I did. Alright. Bend that up and trim it off. Yeah, I'll probably be doing a video here soon on kind of like just getting started out on these. You know, the kind of tools to buy and tools to avoid. Let's see. Lots of tweezers. You want to buy lots of tweezers. Buy cheap tweezers too. Don't buy the expensive ones. If you buy the expensive ones, you feel bad when you throw them out. If you get the cheap ones, you can abuse them like I do and then throw them out. And you don't feel bad. A lot of times I don't grab that razor. I'll just start scraping away at the board with the tweezers. It's whatever's closest. But if you have expensive tweezers, you don't want to do that. You'll wear them out, and then you have to throw them out. You've done longer than I have. I'm going on year 7, but just starting to go on year 7. I only enlisted for 6, but I've been being kept in because of a med board, so they won't let me go. It's alright though. I'd probably re-enlist if it wasn't for everything going on in the world right now. But I can't talk politics, and you know that. These are some ugly solder pads that are left on here. If you didn't catch the beginning of the stream, this is just one that I got sent in for. Did you get rid of your Hacko solder sucker? I don't have a Hacko solder sucker. I have a Anasty ZD915. It's this guy here with the desoldering gun. It is a cheaper one. And then I do have some of the little hand solder suckers too that I use. But yeah, I've never actually had a Hacko brand one. Or Hako, however you say it. I've always called them Hacko, but some people say Hako. You might be confusing me with Jeff. Cause yeah, Jeff has a Hacko and he likes it. I like my Anasty. I've had it for 2 years now, and it's a third of the price of a Hakko, it does the exact same thing. So I like it. It works good for me. Alright, time to start running jumpers. Okay, some of these are going to be easy, short jumpers, and some of them are not. Let's get some flux on there. Where did I put? Let's use a good flux. Let's quit using that eBay stuff. Let's see, here's one. I normally do these under the microscope, but I'm probably going to just do this with the naked eye since y'all are here. That way y'all aren't just staring at me staring at a microscope. Alright, let's see. Yep, see, I'm about to start scraping with some tweezers. I don't see my razor. Where did I put it? Alright, let me stand up and look, because I've talked about it. I know that I shouldn't be doing that. Looks like tweezer. Oh, there it is. Just out of my sight. There we go. Alright. I'm just going to be here, but let's start with these easy ones first. Tweezers. Oh, these are my shitty pair. Alright. Give it a nice little twist on there. That's all there is to do in one of these. Hopefully I'm in camera. Let's pull it back over here. When are you planning to... Oh, where? Where am I planning to move? Fort Walton Beach. It's where I'm from. Plan on going back there. I love the area. And I have family there. My wife has family there. So, it just makes sense to go back home. Yeah, it's this shit. That's one I need to throw out. They still work good for scraping, though. So, they're not gone yet. Alright. Sorry, just concentrating on doing these little jumpers here. But, yeah, we got a couple more to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 more. Not even halfway there. So what do y'all do when it comes to getting a core like this? Like I said, to me it's worth giving them the core exchange still. Just these are still worth fixing in my book. I know a lot of people on eBay won't do a core exchange on this. I've seen it before where they refuse core exchanges if the circuit board's been damaged by a self-repair attempt. I actually encourage people to try to fix it themselves before they bring it to me. And I don't charge more. Uh, this one wouldn't still be an $80 repair because there's so many of them. Let me see. I told them if it's more than half, so this one would still be an $80 repair. It's not more than half of them, so yeah, this would still be. If more than half the pads are lifted, I charge an extra 20 on it, but if it's less, I just leave it. Alright, let's see here. Yeah, we just gotta run one solder pad on there. Do y'all have microscopes yet? This one's gonna get some hot glue on it when it's done. Which means I'm going to go find my hot glue gun. Oh, see, when I sell clusters, I always always get a core back on them, or I charge a $50 core fee if you don't return a core, and because that's about what I pay for them at the junkyard. I really pay $40 to $45 at the junkyard here, but it's just nice, easy round 50. So I charge a core charge on. Let's see, and then how long have I been doing board repairs? 2 years. Of this level. I mean, I've always worked on electronics, but it's been 2 years of doing it like this. Let's see here. One more jumper there. This is that chip quick solder I was talking about earlier instead of using the Chinese soldering. I just like the way it flows better for certain things, so when I do these, I like to use it. That I got my AIM scope used. I bought it from an engineering firm that was closing, and I got it for like 250, maybe $200. I can't remember. I got a steal of a deal because the arm that mine's on, this particular arm is hopefully it's showing on camera, is like $300. So I'm really happy with the deal I got on that. But who wouldn't be? But if I was to get another microscope, I would not go with AimScope. There's a new brand out there. It's Ekins or Ekins or something like that. And they are really good price, and it seems to come from the same factory from what I've seen other people showing videos and pictures of. Alright, so these ones I think I'm going to actually have to get under the microscope for. I don't have any. Well, let's see. Try to decide on what I want to do. Yeah, I don't have like a full business for it though. I just advertise on Facebook. I do this out of my house. This is just my garage here. See, they can probably see it better in my garage. So, you know, let me switch back to their screen so I can see what I'm doing now. Um, yeah, Jeff is closer to professional than I am. I'm definitely on the amateur end of all of this, but um, trying to decide on what I want to do here for this speedo, if I'm gonna do this on camera or not. Yeah, let's go ahead. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to look at the top of my head because I don't have the microscope camera set up right now. Alright, my balding head. Alright, let's see here. I found a solder pad just sitting there. Let's grab that. There you go, solder pad. There's one of the missing pads. Alright. It was stuck in the solder itself. I saw it come out. Yeah, we're just gonna do it this way. Okay. Grab this razor here. Yeah, if you actually want to see somebody working under a microscope, I recommend watching Jeff's channel. He has a much better camera for his microscope, so you can really see what he's doing on there. I got the cheapest camera you can get off of eBay, so it gives me problems when I try to show. It's very laggy. Let's see here. Put a little flux down. And let's, oop, smacked the microphone there. Let's go ahead and see if we can get this to stick. Yeah, that works. That's a good pad there. Alright. Sorry I can't see y'all's chat at the moment. I'll switch over in just a second so I can see it. Oh, shit. Pulled the solder stuck to the jumper and moved it. God. There it went again. Get this one done and then I'll switch around so I can at least see the chat. Alright, let me put this down. Alright, let me switch over so I can see the chat. Okay. Alright, see. Hey, I have 4 kids. There you go, yeah. Alright, let's get back to this. Yeah. Well, I was self-conscious about my hair for a while, but finally I got over it. It runs in the family. My brother's very self-conscious about it. Alright, that'll work. Let me trim that. Hitting my head on stuff. Look at that again, make sure. Yep, didn't fracture it. Here's the next one. These are pretty classic lifted pads on here where they probably just were giving it too much heat. Let's see, where am I? Where am I? Yeah, those camera only microscopes so cannot work under them. They are I don't know, just that there's no matter how good of a camera and how good of a TV screen you have, there's still just a very small amount of lag that really just gets me. I can't work under those conditions. I need it as live as possible. So a real microscope is the only way to go in my opinion. I've tried both. I gave away my USB microscope to a friend. I was just like, nope, can't use this. It's useless to me. But he had kids that were interested in learning some science stuff, as he said. Those were his words, not mine. So I told him we could have it. All right. Okay. That one's good. Give it a little more. Juice it. There we go. That's good. Good connection. One more, and then I'm done. And then once I'm done with this, we will switch it over. The other week, I need. Ah, it sucks being sick during the holidays. Um, I hate doing LED conversions. I actively send the people to other places. If it's not just the cluster, I try to get them to go somewhere else. I just don't enjoy it. I find it tedious. This is a hobby for me. It just is supposed to be fun. That's why I do videos on it. This isn't my daily income. Never probably will be. This one's a little bit further, but I'll still do the same kind of jumper. Um, just I don't know. I like doing this. This is fun for me. LED conversions are not fun. It's the same thing over and over again. Alright. Got the crappy tweezers again. I need to just throw them away. The other reason why I don't like LED swaps is I don't know. People have this misconception that LEDs will never fail, they'll never burn out, but cars don't put out clean electricity, so even well-designed ones end up having issues eventually. Um, I haven't done any videos on them, but I get them all the time with the Fords and stuff where and even when they have the PLC like these guys, eventually start to fail on them. I mean, they're all old by now, but it's just that kind of that misconception that this bulb will never fail and you're gonna have to replace it if it does. I just don't like I don't like dealing with that kind of customer, which are the kind of people that want LED swaps. That they think they're doing the best thing for their vehicle possible, but I don't know. Maybe it's all in my head why I hate them. But a lot of it has to do with the customer that wants it, not necessarily the doing the work. Tend to be younger, more immature people that want to. Is there a certain? There's no certain brand that I recommend, but there are brands I don't recommend. Oh, there's a couple of brands I can recommend, but I don't recommend Part Sam. I don't like them. They look similar to the ones I use, but I've found them to be very crappy LEDs. There we go. Those are all done. That's the way I run my jumpers on here. I just run them directly to the where the wire's ripped. If I don't have a pad that's close by to use. With these, I'll always just run to the pads that are nearby, but with the Speedo, I'll go there. So let's go ahead and test this out and put it back together, and then I got something else a little more interesting to do after this. So let's give it some power. And connector always goes to the top. Go ahead and just see. So LED brands that I can recommend, they're not in the kind of LEDs you're asking about. You're probably asking about the 12 volt stuff, but the I don't really have any recommendation there. Um, like I like using the bulk ones from eBay. I don't have any problems with them really, and then I just warranty them. I've had them fail a couple of times, but they're normally like instance. There we go. We got all of them are back to life. So let's just make sure we have good connections on both sides because this one may not be right. What happened there? This one's not right. We got something going on down there. Ah, and we have something going on over here. Okay, we have more to do than I thought. I think I need to take this one off. I think I did need to run that jumper. I don't know. I swear I saw those working, but no, they're not. We'll see what's going on. Something going on with this motor. I don't know if it's a bad motor or... No, that's probably a bad jumper. Let's switch this back over and take a look. And then we'll figure out what's going on there. Yeah, this one does have a couple jumpers. Let's look and see. But when it comes to like the PLCC2 bulbs, I like King Bright. They're pretty good. Alright, let's see here. Let's try this again. Hmm. You definitely have a bad connection somewhere. But, you know what I didn't check? I didn't check to see if they had pried these off originally. I never looked at the actual surface of them. could be a problem there. But I think I'm going to take this one off and work on that light issue first. Yeah, because this one doesn't have any bad solder pads. Because I'm pretty sure I know what's going on with that light, but we gotta fix it first. I know why it was working and why it, because I had that extension of the wire going over it, and now this is gonna take a second to heat up. All right, I guess I'll look at this while I wait. Yeah, I guess I'll just get the probes going here, get them an ohm meter. That's what I get for doing a live stream. I get one that I have no idea what's going on with something. Alright, take one ear out so I can at least hear it beat. Good connection there, good connection there. Alright, they're all good there, so we're going to be taking this motor off. Fuck. Probably just replace the motor. Yeah, King Brights are really good. Who else is good in the... I can't think of any. There are some other brands that I use. I just can't think of their name right now, but King Brights, they've never failed me. Never had an issue with them. I wish I knew who the manufacturer was in China of those 12-volt cubes. I'd order them from China. I'm not buying them here in the United States. People charge way too much for them. Probably, maybe eventually I'll catch UT Source's eye, and they'll want to sponsor a video here for me, and I can get them to figure it out for me of who in China is making them. But let's go ahead and get these two off. It's always fun. You know, if something's worth doing once, it's worth doing twice. So let's do this all over again. Alright. This one is so that way we can fix the light, because it's underneath there. I already know what's going on. I thought, I mean, I saw it when I was doing it. I was just like, oh, why is this working? But, see. And let's see there. This motor's getting thrown out. Okay, we're still attached there. So we're not too worried about it. Because I don't think this motor's any good. Alright. Let's fix that light. Because you can see the trace underneath there. I don't know if the camera can pick it up. There's a trace there. I saw it when I was doing it, but I was making contact, so it worked before. I just was stubborn and didn't want to do the work. So now I'm doing it twice. Where am I? Where am I? I'm lost. Stick my finger there so I can find it. Here we go. Yep. Yep, I can see the exposed copper of why it worked when the bulb was off. Generally you can get them to break them up into smaller batches out of China. Most of the companies are, if you actually contact them, they're willing to break it up. They'll say a minimum order of a certain amount, but then you go and send them a message on WeChat, because they all use WeChat. You gotta have WeChat to talk to them. They will then do that smaller order for you. So, there we go. See, I don't think I left enough slack. Doesn't look like it. Alright, let's go ahead and get a little solder pad going on there. Need some more flux. Flux, flux, flux. Here we go. Okay, that's no good of a connection though. There's too much of a gap. Alright, let's add a jumper. That's a shame that I already trimmed that wire down. Alright, that'll work. That's a good connection. Alright. Yes. Believe I saw it. I don't. I'd have to look again though. I may have responded. I don't remember. Alright, let me check this light. I think that should have fixed these two. There's a trace that jumps in between the two there. And I could see it, but it was working, so I wasn't sure if it was redundant, so I didn't fix it, but... Oh. Yep, there we go. Now we have all our lights back working. Let's get the motors back on. So this one's the bad one. So go ahead and grab two new ones. Before we put it back on. Yeah, it doesn't look like they pried. Sometimes you'll end up with um, scrape marks on there because people put something under there and try to pry them off. Use like a screwdriver or something. But I don't see any on there, so it doesn't look like that happened. Let's see. Which bulbs are you looking for a part number for? Okay. Oh, yeah, I did see the email. It was about the Dodge, right? You needed the Dodge reprogrammed. You looking for the part number for the 12-volt bulbs that are going on here, like that? 'Cause there's no real part number for what I use. I buy them bulk. AliExpress 4.7 millimeter 12-volt bulb is how they advertise them, if I remember right. It's been a while since I've had to order more. They do sell them on eBay though. I don't have any of the baggies left. Crap! I throw out the bags because I've ordered them on eBay before too. But they sell them under the same name, the 4.7 millimeter 12-volt bulb series. Part Sam sells them that way, but just skip them. If you see anything Part Sam, just skip it. The ones they're the same kind of style, but the Part Sam ones, they don't mark the polarity on them, and I've had a lot of problems with them. Yeah, all the other ones I haven't had problems with. So, all right, let me solder these back on there. Or did I already? I did one of them, not the other. You know what's embarrassing? Forgetting to solder these on and putting it in a car. I've done that once. I was like, what the heck? Why are these all not working right? It's like some of them would get a good connection and work correctly, and then some of them you get part of the connection, which is what that one was acting like was going on with it. Alright. Let's check this one. This one's the only one I care about now. Alright. There we go. Yeah, we had a bad motor there. And we will check to make sure it doesn't try to walk that way. Yep, cool. That's fixed. So yeah, we had one bad motor. I've never seen an X27 fail except for when they get damaged in shipping. So there you go. This is like the third one I've ever seen failed. So throw that in the junk bin. Okay. This board is done. Let's see if we have any corrosion on the back worth cleaning up. Yeah, just a hair. I'm gonna clean that up and then put this back together. But don't worry, I'm not done yet. I have more fun for everyone. So yeah, that looks like that's about it. I just use a little flux and some heat and it takes the corrosion right off. Some people use contact cleaner and other chemical ways of removing it. I mean, I guess flux is still a chemical way of removing it, but I don't know. I find it to work just fine for me. Never had a problem with it. And get the corrosion right off. Ah, there we go. Wes is the one with the Dodge. So you were the one that emailed me about the Dodge. The Dodge, I don't do that. That's one I don't have the I've never done one before. I don't. Let me look at my software and see if I can even do it or where it's stored on there. What year was it? Oh, what year? So that way I can at least help get the information on it. But yes, I saw your email. You were the email I was confusing with Marvin. Marvin has the um, Escalade that's giving him problems. 2008. Let me go look at my software real quick, though. See if it's something. I gotta at least look at how it's done. Alright, switch over to the software real quick. TechoSoft. Um, but yeah, I just do GM clusters, really, and they keep me busy enough that I haven't ventured into anything else. I do a couple of Mustang clusters. Okay, so select car, Dodge. Dodge, Dodge, Dodge. Why is... See? Oh, I'm blind, sorry. Dodge. 1500, 2006. I don't even know the years on them. I'd assume that's it. So, ooh. Yeah, it's stored on the cluster. I just don't know enough to confidently do that one for you, so that's just not one I'll take on, sorry. I use TacoSoft. It's an easy calculator for what I do. Um, TechoSoft. I may or may not get it from questionable sources, though, so I don't really advertise the software. But you can buy it on eBay. So, If those eBay vendors are not reputable, that is eBay's fault, not mine. They are very outdated. If you're looking for something new, don't get it. TacoSoft um, hasn't. Well, the version of TacoSoft I'm using has. They've gone to like a token-based system, kind of like I don't know, what's it called? HP tuners and stuff like that works with their new software. So, I mean, it's the new software from what I've heard is really good. I've never used it, but I've seen footage of it. It looks like it's really good footage, but it's pretty expensive. So, um, might not be what you're looking for. It's just a good calculator I like to use. It's not accurate, the one that I'm using though, so it's going to be just as accurate as what you're getting. When you said you were within 15 miles, that's as accurate as like software I'm using is getting. Um, I can't get it any more accurate than that. So when I have accuracy issues, I always just go a hair over whatever the mileage is, so that way we're not, you know, committing. Uh, Hexworks. Right. I'll have to check that out. I've never looked into that. But no, I don't reuse the little plastic bases. It's tedious and doesn't really make them any better. So to answer that question, somebody asked that earlier. All right. Okay. I have found if you use a tech wipe, Kim wipe, tech wipe, if I can not drop it. So these guys, you can actually, if if the screen is like this where it's actually pretty filthy and you need to wipe it off, they're good for that. I wouldn't wipe the screen if it doesn't need it, but this one like really needs it. And they don't leave like really nasty marks on there. So these work decently for doing that. Um, but you still can't go super hard on it because that stuff's just really fragile right there. Yeah, I'll have to check out Hexworks. So I've really never looked into what the algorithms are, or even if it's just in there on plain text. I've just never put any effort into reading it because I found that software immediately when I first got started on this stuff, and I've been using it ever since. Alright. But yes, I cannot get it any more accurate than what you were trying to do, so that's kind of where the email traffic on that one stopped, or if I didn't respond, I probably wrote it out and then just never responded. Just a hair under E, about a needle width on those. Alright, let's turn that off. And I am going to put hot glue on the stepper motor on this one, just on the leg sticking out. But I'll do that off camera. I'll do that later. Because I think y'all know how hot glue works. Oh yeah, I actually have another repair I'm going to do after this. Well, it's not really a repair. It's going to be doing some JTAG work. Alright, this one is done. So let's go ahead. Let's see, the inside's dirty. Let me wipe it down real quick. Where's the Windex, the real stuff, not the fake shit? Alright, there we go. Clean enough for a cheap cluster. Alright, this one's done. Get it out of the way. Alright, let me set down the headphones while I grab the other stuff. Alright, I'm going to respond for a second. Security forces to answer that question. And then I'm going to go grab another beer and run to the restroom real quick, and I'll be right back. Alright, so now we have a, this is a 2013, 2013 Yukon. So, I'm just going to pull the data off of this one. I grabbed this off of eBay for 30 or 40 bucks. So, got it so that way I had something else to get some more dumps off of these and then sell the cluster itself for a little bit of a markup. These are, I can now put more different software on them. Alright, this off. Trying to lose the screws. Alright. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. All 4 of them. Let's get this off. Alright, there's the back. And let's get the top. I've been active the whole time. Yeah. Going on year 7 now. And active duty. Alright. Let's see here. I like to use a little paper towel here, a little Kim wipe. Help reduce marks on the screen here, but still kind of, these things are just easy to put marks on. See if I can get this one off without, I really don't like using the pry tool on here. Alright, those ones. My hands are giving out on me. I gotta use good. No marks. Alright, there we go. Because I was curious, I bought the 2013 because I was curious if they used a different processor, but they don't. They use the same processor on there. So that answers that question. We still have the ST30772 Alpha. So whatever the problem is that the 2008s have is probably a manufacturing issue, because it's really 2007, 2008, and 2009 are the only ones that have this issue where these are failing. I don't know if it's just because they're older or, yeah. Yeah, asthma will get you every time. I got some buddies that were they had to get out because of that. All right. So let's go for this. So let's first just power it up. Let's see. I think yeah, connector's right here. We'll just see what we got to work with here. This is a good board. I'm just taking the data off it. I think I'm going to swap them to dark blue LEDs at another time, but not right now. Probably won't do that on camera at all. Alright. Give it a second to boot up here. There we go. And so this one, 105. So pretty low mileage here. Yeah, I got this off of eBay for like 40 bucks. It was definitely worth it. So let's hook up this J-Link here and go ahead and pull this data off of it. So that way we can save it. Let's see here. Just to use in future ones. One sec. Almost spilled my beer. Alright. Where did I put the piece of paper? I think it's over here. Y'all might find this useful. So this is my pinout I've been working on of the 2003 through 2007. Kind of the interesting stuff that y'all might care about is down here we have a UART connection. That this one should be the one you're able to communicate with the chip with to dump the data off of it. It's pin 63 and 64. I haven't been able to get it to dump the data off of there, but I have noticed it does UART serial communication with the VFD driver for the odometer screen, and then 53 and 54 do the serial connection to the park reverse neutral, um, and then 61 and 62 are your SPI pins that c- communicate with the EEPROM to get the mileage on there. And then all these VSSs and VDDs all match that are on here. Um, the oscillator chip, not the oscillator chip, the oscillator is pin 125 and 123. Does no, the microprocessor does not store the VIN. VIN is not on there. VIN is only on the EEPROM. Let's see. Um, and then pin 7 is the chip select pin, which chip select is part of SPI if you're not familiar with it. SPI is a communication protocol for the EEPROM to talk to the microcontroller, and it has to do a chip select or slave select to basically say, hey, I'm talking to you, respond. So it does that. So if you're having problems with them communicating, those are kind of a spot to be chasing information on. But yeah, so this stuff all pretty much matches on here. So if you pull up the Infineon C161CS datasheet, it should work for your Infineon chips. This is that. Sorry if this is confusing because this one's in front of you. This is for the 03 to 07, not the 07, which is what's in front of me. So I grabbed that trying to find a different data sheet that I have printed. Let's see, where did I put it? But that should be a good little knowledge bomb on you. Useful information there. Alright. Maybe I put it back in the book where it belongs. If you don't have one of these, build yourself one. Just a book of pinouts and other diagrams, sketch notes that you find useful, data sheets. If I remember to put them away, they go in here. This is kind of my notebook of things I find useful that I don't find useful to just store on the computer all the time. Where did I put it? I had this earlier, because I used it earlier. I'm going to have to put down the headphones again to look for this sheet of paper. I actually know the order. I think I can probably do without the piece of paper. I just like to make sure I do things right. I don't want to mess up my J-Link. It's not exactly cheap. It's not that expensive, but it's not cheap enough that I'm completely cool with messing it up. Alright, I'm going to set these down and look for a second. Alright, I found it. No, to answer that question, it is not the same. So this one uses the ST, I forget now, the one that ends in 80. It's a larger chip. It has more data on it. It's pretty much the same chip, but this one has more data on it. So this one ends in 80, while the one that is on the 07 sorry, the 03 to 07 is Zen 20. So, same family of chip. It communicates the same way. It just has a longer address in it. So, when you call to it in SPI, you can call more addresses, but same voltage, same communication protocol. If you call to it to dump the same addresses from a 20 as the 80, you'd end up with the same data, but the 80 has more space on it, so you can call even further into the chip, if that makes any sense. Uh, so yeah, they're two different EPROMs, but you can, yep. Here's one of the, like, they're the same physical size chip, and technically you could use this one and the other one, I would assume. I've never tried, but yeah. Um, Also, the um, newer ones use the actual ST chip, who's the original manufacturer of these. In the older, the 03 to 07 uses an Atmel chip, but you can use the ST. I always just, when I replace them, I just use the ST. I don't use the Atmel on the 03 to 07s. I don't know if they still produce the Atmel. I've never looked for it. The ST is easy to find. I've never looked for the Atmel. Alright, so let's hook this up. So I just wanted a sheet to make sure I hook my J-Link up correctly. So pin 1 is voltage reference, and pin 4 is ground. You can just remember those. Alright, so this first purple one is pin 3 of the J-Link. Pin 3 is 13. Alright, so 13, and then it just, after that, goes to the next one. They go in order after that. So 13, and then pin 5 goes to 12. Pin pin 7 goes to 11. Pin, what is this? This is pin. His pin 9 goes to 10, and then skip 1, you go to 13, it goes to 9. Alright, so now we got that all hooked up. Then we're going to take voltage reference here, and which voltage reference is the last pin on the voltage regulator, because it's a 5-volt chip, and then ground is the middle of the voltage regulator. So that's that. Now let's plug into the computer here. Okay, hopefully that wasn't painfully loud for y'all. And let's just first power it up, make sure we don't fry everything. Cool. Alright, I'm going to switch over to the other, see, I think it's scene. Yeah, there we go. Alright, let's change. We're looking for the software, Sega J-Link. Alright, so we're going to go into JFlash. We're going to start, and then we're going to use the STSTR735F72, which is not the chip that's actually on there, but it uses the same protocol. This is a different dump here, so we can go ahead and close that and not look at it. Alright, target, we're going to go ahead and connect to it. So, yep, we're only using this for educational purposes. I'm educating y'all, so there we go. Here, let me switch the camera back so you can see what it does to the thing. I always find that kind of funny looking. See, look at that. It makes the screen go funky, but there we go. Let's go back over there. Alright, so now we are going to, okay, I have the power supply set to 13 volts, so I'm betting it's not going to work, but let's go ahead and try. Go to manual program and verify. Or no, sorry, read back entire chip. See if, oh, we actually got a successful read back. Normally I have to turn down the voltage on here. Let's go ahead and turn it down anyways, make sure I get a good read. I found that 11.3 8 seems to give me the best read possible out of it. Let's go ahead, target, manual program, read back, entire chip. Alright. And we're going to go ahead and save this file. Save, not project, save data. So this is a 2013. Oh, we need to change that to a bin. Gas 6 gauge. And let me grab this. Get the last part of the part number. It is an AC3M. Alright, save that. So now I have this dump successfully saved. Nope, don't want to change that. Alright, now let's go into here. Let's turn this into a diesel cluster for a minute, just for fun. Go back to JFlash. We gotta use JFlash Lite because we're using the educational one, so it doesn't let me use the other tool to do it. JTAG, we're gonna slow it down for writing. Nah, that's slow. We'll go with that. Alright, and we're gonna put the diesel one on there just for fun. Let's see here. They are on documents. Open program. Let's see if we program it or if we have any errors. Alright, we are currently programming. If you're wondering what this sticky note in Chinese is, it's just reminding me about a coupon I have. I just copied and pasted it off a Chinese website. Alright. Alright, so it's now successfully wrote, so let's go ahead and switch over to the other camera so you can see it running. Whoops, wrong one. There we go. So now it is up and running, and it's got the diesel. You can't see any visible difference in it, but we know we had a successful write to it because it didn't give us any errors, and it shut down and reboot, and now it's back to doing that. So let's go ahead and program it back with the gas one because it's actually what I'm gonna sell it as. So let's program device. Let's pick that back up that I already did. So 2013 gas. Ooh, sorry. That was probably miserably loud. Sorry. Program device. Error. We got an error that time. And now it took it down. Let's try again. Program device. Alright, it's working this time. Alright, let's see here. Did we get a good write? Because this is the problem I've run into with these. Sometimes it just doesn't work. And it's not but that's why I always like to check them before I go on to use one of these in production, because I can always just use the other dumps that I have. But let's go ahead and see. Let's turn it off and turn it back on. See what we get out of it. We did not get a successful write, so let's try again. Program device. Yep, it compared it. There was something different. It erased it. It's programming. That time we got a good write, it looks like. Let's see. Oh, I never switched the screen. Y'all couldn't see what I was doing on screen. But now it's rebooting again. Because, yep, there we go. Successful write. So, yeah, not every time do I get a perfect write with them. If you noticed, with the diesel, the one lit up. With this gas one, the one's not lit up. I don't know why. That's just something with different data on there. But yeah, so it compares it. So once it writes it, we know we have a good write. I'll switch the screen so you can see it again. Let's see, which one was it? Yeah, 3. Um, so there you go. You can see we connected. Eric could not download files. So we know we didn't get a good write because it couldn't pull it back to even read to compare it. And then when we tried to connect again, it would connect, downloading done. So here, let's go where there's an error. Could not download file, done, connecting. So we did it again. If it compares it and it just had the same exact data on there, it won't run all the way through. It'll just go to done immediately. But this one connected, and then downloaded, then done. So that time we had a good write. If we were using the full version, we could do another read back and just verify it. But it already does a read back when you program it, so you know that you have a good flash on there because it reads it back. And if anything's off, it'll give an error message that it didn't read back correctly. So that's about it for this one. So yeah, I think probably end up calling it a night now. But that's also what I wanted to show is just kind of like a live stream of dumping the data off of it. That's also what I was really going to do to this one anyways. I'm going to switch these aqua blue lights out for a dark blue later on, and then I'll put this thing up for sale on Facebook Marketplace. But yeah, that's about it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video tonight. Y'all need to get some sleep. It's midnight here in the Eastern time zone, so y'all probably have work tomorrow. So get some sleep, and I'll see y'all in the next video.